Hi, this is Martin Drummond with Progressive News. It's Friday, May 17th, 2019.
Based on my refusal to answer questions 2 months ago, the grand jury, in order to try to compel me to testify, they sent me into confinement. So I got released last week, and here I am today with the same subpoena, or a different subpoena with the same questions. Ultimately, this is an attempt to place me back in confinement.
How long are you prepared to do this for? Going before grand juries are not going to answer this question?
Forever.
Okay, so I'm going to break this down, and I want to qualify my opinion. I'm not a I'm conservative in some ways. I know I'm hosting the Progressive News, but I'm all for gay rights and homosexuals and all this stuff, and some of my best friends are homosexuals. But I think homosexuality is disgusting. I mean, it just makes me sick to my stomach. Always has. I'm a heterosexual man. So, I don't have any great love for homosexuals or anything like that. I'm not, saying what I'm saying about Bradley Manning. I refuse to call him Jealousy Manning. He's a guy. No matter how many times they cut him up, replace his parts, and adjust his hormones or whatever, he's a guy. So that's nothing to do with my protection of him. My desire to protect him is based on what a good person he is, okay? He saw Americans, other Americans. He was in the Army. He's an American. He's trying to protect our country. He believes in, obviously he believes in protecting the country and having an army and all that. But once he got into it, he's watching these other Americans, and that's what it all comes down to. That's what this video is about, is the bizarro world that we live in. Well, the bizarro world is created because there are good people and there are evil people. And the evil people, let's face it, are just a monkey on our back. They change reality into a, all of a sudden our reality becomes this bizarro world that we have to share with people who just refuse to stop doing horrible things. I mean, if you're like me, you've been watching this all your life, right? I mean, going back to when I was a kid, growing up, from my earliest years, I remember these people who, they just, I don't know, I mean, it goes back to like the kid in my neighborhood when I was 2-3 years old, whose mother let him carry a butcher knife around all the time. It's kind of an insanity. It's evil, and it's an insanity. And the guy's mother or whoever was obviously crazy, right? I mean, allowed her 2 or 3 year old kid, or maybe he was older. And I ended up actually getting my finger cut off, and his bicycle because he used to like to bring it over to my house, where all these kids would hang out together with. Maybe we lived in a duplex, so maybe it was the neighbor next door, but it was right outside my house, because it's not like I was allowed to go very far. I was only 3 years old. And he used to flip over the bicycle and spin the wheel, and somehow people thought it was fun there was gravel around, they'd take it and throw it in the wheel and it would shoot out. We called it playing popcorn, and I didn't know any better. And somehow I got my finger caught in the wheel and got my right index finger cut off. Anyway, my point is that it's like always the same people, you know what I mean? It's like these people, they're sick and twisted. And for sure, Collateral Murder. Have you ever seen Collateral Murder? Because if you haven't, you really do need to, right? So, let's just go look at it real quick, because this is really...
I'm Michael G. Adams. Here's why
This is really the crux, right? The vortex. Look at that. It doesn't... When you do a search, it doesn't even automatic, even though it's probably one of the most... Here, let's do this. Let's open it up in a new tab. We'll probably want to watch this too. So, to be sure, no matter what happened, okay, let me cover this real quick too. What is this all about, this prosecution and of this attempt to get Julian Assange? Okay, so what probably happened? You know, I'm completely unaware of the relationship between Julian Assange and Bradley Manning when he was in the army. And he wanted to get this information. So he wanted to get this.
I got you. Pick up a web request permission to light them all up.
On the 12th of July 2007, the US military responded to reports of small arms fire in Baghdad.
Last one, please, to the hotel, please. Hotel, please, like your hotel, please, don't.
The black vehicle on a cart to ride right just north of the mall.
Yeah, I would like that over.
Moving south by the mall zone on that road.
Okay, so this is the video. I mean, we can talk about a lot of stuff that came out of WikiLeaks, but this is the video, and I think what this video shows us is how bloodthirsty American troops were in Iraq, how they just wanted to kill Iraqis for whatever reason. I mean, the fact is we shouldn't have been over there at all, right? I mean, yes, maybe it was a good idea to remove Saddam Hussein, remove a Ba'athist, which is basically a fascist, and a guy who clearly was like a mafia type of dictator, right? I mean, that much is obvious, right? And supported by the United States. And this is why I'm here, because I can verify this stuff. My father was a neocon. when I was living in New York City, I met an Iraqi general, probably one of the guys in the deck of cards that, you know, they were all out to get. And I can tell you that because my dad wouldn't have been friends with him and had him over to the party where I met him unless the United States was double dealing with the Iraqis. And this is 1981, okay? So, you know, I mean, that's just part of it, that I have personal experience. I got to watch, basically, and sometimes unwittingly participate in neocon type of policy. So, you know, we shouldn't have been sending these guys who were trained to just want to kill, torture, you know, all this gung-ho John Wayne macho bullshit, right? I mean, that just attracts what I was talking about earlier about the kid. These same kinds of people, right? They just flock to it. Ooh, our opportunity to get a license to kill. And, you know, for whatever reason, these people were out in the streets. 2 of them were reporters. They weren't carrying weapons, they were carrying cameras. And I'm just going to let this roll. And you're going to hear it.
An open courtyard. Roger. I just estimate there's about 20 of them. Oh, yeah. Neighborhood men's element. Call that white 6. That's a weapon. Yeah.
They're carrying cameras. They're Reuters journalists. They're carrying cameras. Cameras and camera equipment, you know, whatever. And let's face it, you know, this video shows America being caught with its pants down, right? I mean, it's so obvious how bloodthirsty and what a mistake they're making. And if you or I were to make this kind of mistake, we'd be in jail for the rest of our lives. Even if we had the best intention, like they say, the road to hell is paved with, you know, good intentions. And the name Crazy Horse, and why are we using, you know, we fucked over the indigenous Americans to no end, and, you know, just everything about it. In a way, in that Bizarro world way, it does all fit together in an evil way. And, you know, that's one of my main points, is that there is an evil, you know, I'm not religious in any way. I have my own kind of spiritual beliefs and stuff, but I'm not Christian or Muslim or Jewish or anything like that. I abhor organized religion. I think they're just gangs, just like these people are gangs. But it really does come down to, there is, you know, we make all kinds of movies about it. I love The Devil's Advocate and all that kind of thing, and I don't believe in any of that per se, but evil does have, it is a reality. It is part of reality somehow, even though you can't, like, put your finger on it. You know, it's like trying to nail Jello to a tree or something. And I'll say this though, you know, when you see it, and you're about to see it.
Roger that. We have no personnel east of our position, so you are free to engage over.
I mean, these people are obviously unaware of this helicopter. It must be quiet and a long ways away, looking through a long-range telescope of some kind. And, you know, I mean, sure, it looks like a weapon, but guess what? It's not. And even if it were, there's no law against having a weapon. I mean, you're gonna slaughter tens of people here for what?
Anybody send element? We got an RPG. Alright, we got a guy with an RPG. I'm gonna fire. No, hold on, let's come around. Let's come our point of view. Yeah, we're gonna come around. Yeah, we got a guy shooting. Now he's behind the building. Come around.
No, he was right in front of the Brad, about there 1 o'clock. Haven't seen anything since then.
Just fucking, once you get on, just open off. Roger.
I see your element. You got we're about 4 Humvees right along this.
You're clear. Alright, firing.
Line here. What's the phase line? Let me know when you get it.
We'll shoot. Light them all up. Come on, fire.
Hey, Roger.
Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Alright, we just engaged all 8 individuals. Now we got 2 birds. We're still firing. Roger. Got him.
6 is a 2-6. We'll move it. We got 13.
I'm sorry. Well, it's done.
Bypass.
God damn it, Kyle. Alright. I hit him. Alright, you're clear. Alright, I'm just trying to find targets again.
Master 6 is a Bushmaster 2-6.
Got a bunch of bodies laying there. Alright, we got about 8 individuals. Yeah, we got one guy crawling around down there, but yeah, we got definitely got some. Or shooting someone. Roger. Hey, you shoot, I'll talk. Hotel 26, Crazy Horse 18.
Crazy Horse 18, this is Hotel 26, over.
Roger, currently engaging approximately 8 individuals, KIA, RPGs, and AK-47s.
Hotel 26, you need to move to that location once Crazy Horse is done and get pictures over.
Sergeant 20 is the location.
Okay, so they're gonna do that, and then somebody's gonna come and try and deal with the, maybe there's wounded or whatever, and they've actually got 2 kids in the car with them. This is
Hey, we need to stop that so we can get down there. We need to stop. You see my location?
Roger. Break. Crazy Horse 1-8, request permission to engage. I'm picking up the wounded. Yeah, we're trying to get permission to engage. Come on, let us shoot. The Bushmaster, Crazy Horse 1-8. We're taking him. Bushmaster, Crazy Horse 1-8.
This Bushmaster 7, go ahead.
Roger, we have a black SUV, bongo truck picking up the body. Request permission to engage.
Bushmaster 7, Roger. This Bushmaster 7, Roger, engage.
1-8, engage. Clear. Come on. Clear. Clear. Coming around, clear. Roger. Trying to, clear. I lost him. I got him.
so, you know, at a time where we're complaining about Al Qaeda, we're doing a double tap. We're killing the, what, I mean, it's I don't know. I can't even talk about it. So you know, I mean, this guy is in the army and he's figured out that there's evidence that the army is like basically collecting trophies that they don't even probably realize is evidence of war crimes and just evil, right? I mean, it's just fucking evil. So they hate the fact that that this has gotten out, you know, that Bradley Manning has managed to get it, and they want to make it illegal, and they want to make an example of him and Julian Assange. I would love to know how they know that Julian Assange helped Bradley Manning get crack the password, etc. But that's not really the point, right? I mean, the point is that in this whole world, one, Bradley Manning, maybe two, Julian Assange, people found evidence of crimes. Serious crimes. I mean, we're talking mass murder kind of stuff. And evidence is just the tip of the iceberg, right? I mean, there were probably hundreds of videos like this. That proved what I'm talking about right here, this evil that runs through our communities, through our country, that you know, Americans should be just out to get these people, and that's all that it is, right? I mean, that's all that's happening here, is those people know that they've done something horribly wrong, and they want to put everybody else in jail. They don't want to go to jail. And that's really what it comes down to at this point, right? I mean, it's just a fight between them and the American people. They don't want the American people to find out that the criminals are running free, just still doing whatever they trying to protect themselves. Protect would be imply that there's something good about these people. There's nothing good about what they did. There's, you know, I mean, whether you want to call it making a mistake or whatever, I mean, yeah, the guy who murders 4 people in their homes, you know, mass murder, made a mistake. But, I mean, this is a horror. And, you know, these people need to be sitting in a jail the rest of their life. And not this guy. This guy isn't the criminal. They're just trying to protect the criminals by grabbing these people off the street. They're trying to scare everybody else into not doing anything. That's all that's going on here. So this is Martin Drummond with Progressive News. I hope people out there who see this understand what I'm trying to say. You need to be on the right side. You need to be on Brad's side and you know, Julian Assange's side. I look at all of these videos, and there's a vein running through it all, and that is that evil is out there, and it's lurking, and it's running around, and it's manipulating, And American people need to stand up, and you need to at least be on our side. People like me and the rest of America who's saying, okay, we have to come to grips with this stuff. This is Martin Drummond with Progressive News. Hope you enjoyed the horrible segment.